What's up, YouTube? Mark Sparks here again with Mass Fitness. I got a question the other day, and it's a question that actually I get this question a lot over the years, and it's how do I lose my belly, or how do I lose this area? In short, you cannot spot reduce fat. When you're losing weight, when you're at a caloric deficit and you're doing your thing, and you're losing fat, all your fat cells shrink generally as a whole. Men tend to store their fat in their belly and the love handles, and women, generally speaking, store their extra fat in their hips and their butt. Now, that's not the case for everyone. Everybody's different, but for the most part, that's how it works. And when there's more fat that's usually the last to go, especially when you're later in your journey, when you've lost all this weight, and I still have a belly, or I still have these love handles, and that's just the last to go. That's stubborn fat. It's just there's more fat cells there, and just to answer the question, it can't be done. But I do recommend doing some sort of resistance training, and you can't build those muscles underneath the fat. That's always a good thing. And that leads me into another question I get, and it's usually from women, and they ask what I do, or how can I do this, or how can I look this certain way, or how can I build this part of my body, and it all boils down to weight training, to resistance training. And ladies, you can't be afraid of lifting weights. You're not going to get big and bulky. I get the word toned a lot. I don't want to be big and bulky. I just want to be toned. Well, being toned is having muscle. Your muscle is what gives you that tone. The muscle in your legs is what gives you that shape. The muscles in your glutes is what gives you that butt. It's all about building muscle. And if you're not building muscle, then chances are, if you're dieting, you're losing muscle. So the best thing we can do when we're at a caloric restriction, when we've reduced our calories and we're trying to lose weight, the best thing we can do is do some resistance training and a little bit of cardio, especially to start, just a little bit of cardio. You want to keep your protein high. If you are doing some weight training or resistance training and you're not eating enough protein, then you're not going to be giving your body what it needs to repair and rebuild those muscles. The chance of actually growing muscle while you're at a caloric restriction is extremely, it's rare. I mean, there's always that genetic person out there that can lose fat and build muscle and do all these things at the same time, and not even watch what they eat and just go to a gym and look fantastic in 3 months. Most of us aren't like that. Most of us really have to work at it. But you can't be afraid of doing some kind of resistance training. There's so many different things you can do. You can go to a gym and you can get a trainer, and you can start lifting, and you don't have to go in there and lift the heaviest weights in the gym. You can start out just by doing the machines. There's a machine for every body part. You can go to your local sporting goods store and get a set of bands, and usually they actually come with some instructions on how to do certain moves, and you could do your resistance training there. Me personally, I would recommend someone doing more resistance training and more weight training than cardio. Cardio should be maybe 1 or 2 days a week, and then add it later as necessary. When you're first starting into a weight loss journey, or you're starting this thing, you don't want to play all your cards at once. Don't play your whole hand all at once. Make small changes along the way, and that way the weight loss will continue. If you jump in head first and you just throw everything you got at it, I drop my calories. I'm working out 6 days a week. I'm doing an hour of cardio every day. Your body's going to plateau. You're going to hit a sticking point, and at that point, that's where I'm asking you, what's your plan? What do you plan on doing then? So, with that said, if you find something that's working for you right now, just like I said in my other video, if you made some small changes and you're losing weight, the weight is dropping, then stay with it. Stay with exactly what you're doing. If it's working, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's working, keep doing that. And then when you hit that sticking point, you know, send me a message, or maybe I'll have another video by then. Or, you know, there's thousands of videos on YouTube. If you know, once you get to that point, then we're going to throw something else at it. But don't throw your whole play your whole hand at once. You know, just to get back to weightlifting and resistance training, you know, to get that shape that you're wanting, just a little bit, you know, even if it's 3 days a week, you know, it's going to help. It's going to help your shape. It's going to help just everything. You burn so many more calories by weight training. I can personally check my heart rate 2 hours after I leave the gym, and it's still elevated. You know, it's still not down to my resting heart rate. That's just because your body's trying to repair itself. When you weight train, you damage the muscles, and then your body continues to burn calories while it's trying to rebuild those muscles. So, you know, 2 hours after the gym, I'm at home sitting on a recliner, and I'm still burning a ton of calories because my heart rate's still up, my body's still working. There's a huge calorie burn from weight training or from resistance training in general. But that's the message I want to get out today. Ladies, don't be afraid of the weights. You're not going to get big and bulky. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, later.